Hello and good morning. Lauren's doing some finishing touches
Whoa.
on the stream. But here we are in our studio on Sunday and ready for our morning routine. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Welcome. We'll get started very shortly. How are you today? What have you done so far? Coffee? Tea? Oatmeal? Lauren's gone for a run.
Just a short one.
I did the dishes. And we're back to our 2 microphone setup. And we really hope it works. And we'll just give it maybe 15 seconds. And if we're choppy, let us know and we will switch up. Had a little bit of technical difficulties we're trying to troubleshoot.
We think it's the upload of the internet speed,
Upload speed.
not the
Upload
microphone speed. Sorry, our eyes aren't active. So far, sounds
Okay.
good. All right, stick with it then.
I have my yellow ball with us today. And we'll get on our backs from this position and do our breath. For a while, we've practiced 5-second breaths. I like us to come back to 4. It's kind of musical, count to 4 or 8, and breathing for 4. So we're going to practice our nasal breath, which, as I was on the phone with my brother on a FaceTime, showed Lauren breathing with mouth closed through the nose after an intense run this morning. Practice. Do a couple more. We're nasal breathing in the nose, filling the belly, exhaling. Today, 4 seconds. Let's clear it out in 3 seconds. We're going to take an inhale in 2, 1, 4-second inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 3, 2, and inhale. 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. In. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Resume inhales nice and slow. Practice that breath strategy to help you go to bed, to recover from a run, to have fun. I guess we didn't really use the ball.
No.
The ball was meant to show that rise and fall of the belly. Rise and fall of the belly. We'll come back to that another day. We're going to do some bent knee ankle circles, getting to the hips, the core. Follow along. Is my head in there, Lauren?
Yes, your ponytail too.
Pony. Okay. So with our hip flexed, the other leg could be bent or straight. Hold on to the front of the knee. Can you feel where the kneecap is and just literally your knee? I want you to think about not moving the knee as we move at the ankle. We have our dorsiflexed ankle, foot pulled to shin with flat toes. From this position, draw a circle to the center. And I'm a quarter way done my circle. What about you? And from that quarter circle, I'm drawing my half circle, which ends up at a point. From a point, I'm going out to that lateral pathway, continuing my circle at the ankle. My knee hasn't moved yet. Repeat one more time. Come across the top of that circle. You're at midnight. We're working all the way across towards that quarter after or quarter to circle, depending which way you went. We're pointing at the ankle to return to center and draw one more half circle going lateral. Working lateral to center. Repeat the other direction. Lateral towards your point. At your point, make sure the knee doesn't move. Cramp up that arch, pulling through that quarter position. 3/4 of the way down. Returning back to that center, and one more time. Stabilize the knee, it does not move. We're reaching through the ankle, pointing, pointing, pointing. Halfway done, Lauren.
Yep, I'm coming up to
And
the
now
quarter.
come up to that quarter or 3/4 of the way done. And pull it back on straight. And then just like Lauren did there, just a little bit of some loosey-goose. Switch. You might want to even extend that leg. That might feel nice for a second.
Oh.
But come on back to a nice version. The bent knees are typically safer, easier on our back. Grab the other leg. Nice. Hold there. We're catching all the angles here. Oh, my head's almost up. That's okay though. Okay, so same thing other side. We start with that dorsiflexed ankle, hold to the shin, and start moving center. Point to the middle, that quarter to quarter after timeline, and then work towards your safely pointed foot. Turn the corner, stabilize at the knee, move the ankle. 3/4 of the way through to the center. Repeat one more. Maybe bend your knee more. Maybe you could allow a little bit more knee bend. Isolates the ankle just that much more. And work around. I can hear Lauren go, ooh, like breathing hard, making sure it's okay.
Oh, that was my stomach.
Oh, well, we're hungry. I'm hungry too. Okay, keep going. We're 3/4 of the way through. Pulling to center. Switching direction, you might be able to bend the knee again. Now go lateral. Flat toes as we reach across that circle.
My toes get a little not flat here.
Ooh, to the point. Pointing, returning that 3/4 turn here. And working our last quarter. And we have one more full revolution. So out to the side. The knee doesn't move. Point, 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 point. From the point, turn. Point the toes still, flat toes. Navigate the circle. Return to center. And wiggle that out.
Whew. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into a little hips here.
Yeah.
Go back to your first leg. Straighten it out. The other leg is bent, foot flat on the floor. Arms can be wherever's comfortable. Pull that knee in towards your chest. With its own rotation in the hip, rotate so the foot finds the other leg. Looking at your foot for a second, making sure it's flexed so that pulled towards shin position. Toes are straight towards the air, or the ceiling, I guess. Foot is in line with that lateral aspect of the leg. From here, let's put our hands on our hips. Pull that hip up towards your rib cage. Push that hip down. Pull the other side up. Hiking one side and switch back to that first side, hiking that hip up. Back to center. Hike the other hip up. Feel your obliques or your side abs doing that work. Pull that side down and try to find a nice straight position there. Nice flat level hips. Sometimes I take my hands and I find my hip bones and I draw a line with my fingers across. Does it feel level? Then let's just tuck and untuck that low back just a little bit, finding a nice level pelvis that way as well. From there, leg in the socket, knee comes towards the chest, or like you're closing that gate, and then pushing it away. That might actually be closing the gate.
But not pushing with hands.
No, own power. Open the gate and close the gate. As you close that gate, make sure, open the gate, that the hip or the pelvis doesn't go with you. Close the gate. So keep that side abs tight. Return to the start position there. Keep pushing that leg away from you. Lift the foot up and off the leg. Unrotate. Extend it out. Wiggle it out. All good?
Mm-hmm.
Switch legs. Other leg goes long, other leg bends, flexed foot. Try to start with your hip levels. Maybe find your hands on your hips. Knee pulls towards chest. Leg rotates in its socket. Foot finds other thigh. Foot is vertical. Toes are pointed towards the sky. Hands on your hips here, back to your hip hike. Pull one side up. Push or pull the other side down. Think of that like little pistons.
Hydraulics, pistons, give and take.
Last one. That's not the piston sound. It's like that's a choo-choo train. Okay, hips are level. I guess what way do we call that? That way. And then we'll do our little tuck of the hips. Tuck that low back towards the floor. Untuck. Use your core to do that work. Find a neutral place. Find hips level. And let's open and close our gate here. Femurs rotating in its socket with its own power. Engaging that glute as you push away. Coming back to center.
Engaging glutes as you pull in too.
Oh. One more time. Check out your foot. Is it still in the same place? Are your toes still nice and pointed to the ceiling? Find that biggest external rotation there, or knee away from you. Gather some tension. Lift the leg off the other leg. Rotate. Reach it out long. Shake it out. Very nice. Oh,
Checking our bar. It's just been so nice on the floor here. The board.
Our shoulders. We did this yesterday, Ian and I, after we had.
I'm going to do this.
Gardening.
Lauren will do this on the floor and pretend that I'm on the floor here. You'll just be able to see the arms a little bit better. You could also do this without the floor. The floor is going to give you some really neat feedback regarding your shoulder blades. If it feels your shoulder blades are digging in or pointing in, the goal of this exercise is to coach them to flatten out. That's something you have to feel. We can cue you a little bit. This external rotation to help keep shoulder blades flat. So start with your hands pointing to the ceiling. So mine are going to be pointing to you at home. If we think of a push-ups position here, elbows on about a 45-degree angle from the shoulder. As a cue, never push up here. Cool. Come back down low as we are. From this position, I call it a W or a don't shoot position. Very gently, get the backs of the hands towards the floor. It's important as we do this for about 10 seconds here that we just ease into it, and Lauren's allowed and you're allowed at home to make a little bit of a shake and set the shoulders down and gently explore that W position. From here, pivot on the elbows so that your fingertips face back towards the ceiling. Reset your shoulder blades. Do you feel like you're shrugged in the shoulder? Or are we down? From that down position, we're stabilizing through the scapula. If you feel your shoulder blade move on the floor, don't go any further. And now we're bringing those hands towards the hips, like we're calling encroachment or offside or like we're putting on a jacket. A couple more, very slow. Stabilizing through the scapula. Go back to the
scarecrow.
Fingertips to the face, and then the W.
Let's call this a scarecrow.
The scarecrow. W for the win, scarecrow I'm into. If we needed to challenge this, pull the elbows towards the hips. If we see the wrists start to do this really crazy extension thing, we're trying too hard. Hang out there for 10 seconds. 8. And again, we're always talking to those armpits. This is a great push-ups position exercise. Slowly pivot or rotate those fingertips back to the ceiling. Now pull your shoulder blades together and bench press, if you will, or push to the ceiling, but don't let your shoulder blades move. You're extending your elbows here as you push, and your shoulder blades are squeezing together, and so are your pecs in the front here. Then can we pull those shoulder blades back to the floor? When you touch the floor, take pause. Look at your elbows. Are they about 45s? Did they come up? Let's try that one more time. Pack the shoulders. Push forward, keeping the shoulder blades hugging the center line. As we press, retract extras if we got it, and pull back to the floor. And let it wiggle out. Cool. Let's do one kneeling thing. We'll come back to laying on the floor. Take your time. Join me in a kneeling position. I know. It's so nice there. Okay, tall lunge. Grab our chair to have beside us if we need to for some assistance or balance aid. From this position, step through. Little balance. Lauren's cued us up really nicely again regarding those hips, so let's find a nice level position. Look at Lauren's foot here. Can you do a sickled foot, Lauren? Show the sickled foot.
Oh.
Okay. Check your ankle in the back. Does it look like that, or does it look like that? Aim for that one. From this position, level hips, tucking under, 10 seconds of effort trying to pull this side up and press this side down. 10, 9, 8. Where is that heel position in the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay, but just chill. Maybe the knee could come forward. At that, without using the low back, keep the knee forward. Let's come back to the hip. Let's tuck under. That got a lot more intense. And now for 10, 9, we're trying to pull this back leg up again, but we're maintaining Lauren's gorgeous shape between her shoulder and hips here, a beautiful straight line for 3, 2, stay and chill. Maybe you can go 1 degree further. This will be the last one on this leg. Press through the foot. Let's come back to our hips and tuck under. Hug the center line and try to pull the back leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pause here. Now push through that front leg and push yourself back to a tall position, squeezing your back bum cheek. Hold that. 3, 2, cool the jets, cool the jets, cool the jets. And switch. We're level. What does the back foot look like? Hug the center line or pull yourself into that straw. First one, 10 seconds or so, just from our vertical shin. We're driving down on the front leg, pulling up. Let's do that for 7 more seconds here. Drive down on the back. Drive down on the front, pull up with the back. 3 and 2, coast. Now gently allow the dorsiflexion here. Hug the midline with the back foot. Tuck under those hips again. Drive forward, tuck under, go. 10, 9, 8, holy cow, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay but chill. Whew. Maybe could you go 1 degree forward? Come back here, tuck under those hips. It moved. I promise you it did. Mine did. Lauren's did. Now 10. Pull up that back leg. Drive down in the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay chill. Last one. Perhaps drive forward. Let's come back to these hips and tuck under. And now pull up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pause there, but push forward, squeeze your back bum cheek. Push, 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 tall, 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 chill, chill. Holy cow. What does that feel like at home? You can always let us know in the comment section or in the chat. We do like to know how you're finding those movements at home. Sideline stretch. I'll do the first demonstration here, and then Lauren will take over for the second variation of a pretzel or a bretzel. First, let's get ourselves on our side.
Do I get to come down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. On our side, get a pillow if we need, but the first part of this drill aims to talk about the head. Maybe support the back of the head. Could you curl up into a little ball? We'll call that a crunch, and we don't do that a lot here, I promise, but do a little crunch. Now lengthen yourself out, trying to get your head to the floor in a straight line. Straight line. Is that hard for anyone else? Repeat one more time. So do a little bit of a crunch. It doesn't have to be so small this time, but think going this way, and then lengthening out, lengthen out, lengthen out. Who feels this on the bottom side of their body? Or top. Let's do that one more time. Little crunch, and then lengthen out. You're anchoring through the hips and lengthening out through the sidelines here to get towards the floor. Relax, just get on your back for a second. Take a quick breath, maybe a chin tuck. It was as intense for you as it was for me. Find ways to lengthen. Here we go, same thing other side. So on my sideline here, my knees hooked across my body, my hand grabs the knee. From here, I'm going to curl up in my little ball and then lengthen out, trying to get my head and neck towards the floor. Ooh. Curl up, little side oblique crunch here, but then lengthen out and reach to the floor. And our final repetition, little bit of our crunch and lengthen out. No rotation yet, but length, length, length. Cool those jets. Return to your back. Let's let Lauren take us through our pretzel.
Go to the first side you were on. Stack your shoulders, bring your top leg all the way up so that your knee is at your hip or even higher towards your belly button. Place your bottom arm across that top knee. Bottom leg is nice and straight, reaching long for now. Do what so take your top hand, cross it across your chest. Take your head, reach it long like we just did to find the floor. Once you've found the floor, pack your top shoulder, inhale, and then exhale, rotating that upper body, lower body's rotating the opposite direction. As you go, you're still thinking about reaching, just in the previous drill, getting long. So I'm reaching that spine long, but I'm also rotating it. Pull yourself back to center. Do that little bit of that crunch in again. Reach along. Find that nice long head position. Then roll one more time on this side, keeping that top arm packed in its shoulder so that the rotation is coming from our spine and not our shoulder and chest. Pull yourself back up to center. Take your time. Switch sides.
Oh, there's so many body parts that could feel that.
I'm going to have my back to you, but it's not out of rudeness. Straighten your bottom leg. Pull that top leg up.
I hope my feet are clean.
I wanted to just show this perspective too. Top arm comes across your body. Reaching long with that head to find the floor. Spine long. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. That other knee is gripping the floor on one side of your body. And on the other half of your body, the shoulders reaching to the floor behind you. Shoulder stays packed. Spine's long. Return by engaging to pull yourself back in. Maybe that little crunch if you liked it. Reach along again. Head finds the floor first, then a rotate.
With that nasal breath.
Wring yourself out. Pull it back to center. Easy out of that. Onto
the lunge.
Oh, we have one more lunge before we get into some standing.
So come on back to our lunge position here. Wardrobes and hair checks. Here we go. I'm going to start to look like Krusty the Clown any second here. Get back to our lunge in the front position. Step through. Wiggle open, pause. Are your knees and toes going in the same direction? Yes. Maybe go further. Pause. Are your knees and toes going the same direction? Great. If they're not, come back to a place that's more accessible for you. At this point now, get tall on this supporting leg and reach over there. Now pull the heel to the groin. Pull this heel to this groin and continue to do so for 5, 4, 3, relax. You may be able to go one more degree.
I can't relax here.
Now same thing, pull. Pull in. The heel pulls in, pulls in. It doesn't go anywhere yet for 5, 4, 3. Lauren called out my back ankle. 2, 1, relax. One more time. Can we go one more go that way? From that position, pull tension through the floor. We're keeping the flashlights of the hips facing forward. Continuing for 5, 4, 3. Now push, 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 push through that leg, and only to tall, but continue to push through that foot. We're tall, we're tall, we're tall. Relax. Take that front leg, return to center, and return underneath the hip. Same thing other side. Forward. From that position, open up, pause. Okay, my knee and toe are going the same way. I can go further. We're not looking for the stretch necessarily as much as just a nice position to work from. I'm happy here. From this position, I'll go knee over toe. Once I get to my safe maximum, for 10, I'm pulling 8, 7. I pull in here and I feel this bum cheek work a lot to help for 3 and 2, and relax tension. Perhaps press forward, the heel stays heavy. Once we're at our safe maximum, pull into the floor. Continue to pull the heel to the other knee here for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Squeeze this bum cheek in the back.
Tuck under.
Tucking under, of course, perhaps pushing forward. This is our last one. From this new position, pull. Pull to center for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now stay there. Push through this front knee. Push this way. Get back to tall. Tall, 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 tall. Own it, own it, own it, own it. And then work that leg to center. Pull it underneath.
That was tough.
And relax. Take your time. Come on up anyhow you want. We'll probably do versions of our forward folds or hinges here.
Cool.
Take your time.
Ooh.
Pedal the knees maybe. My hips feel amazing in the sense of they're lit up. We're going to continue some of that with our hip bar. Hip bar. We'll grab our chair.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying my...
We told them to take your time, so I hope they took their time. Take your time.
A little parched.
That's for you.
Thank you.
I'll be in the back.
Let's do some hip bars, shall we?
Hip bars. Excuse me.
Okay. Getting tall, first on 2 feet into your straw. Pull yourself up. Squeeze both cheeks. Put your hands on your own. Are they squeezed?
Mm-hmm.
Are they squeezed all the way up into that low back, high butt cheek? Okay, stay in that straw, but transfer the weight to the inside leg and point the outside leg to the front. Standing tall, rotate that leg open.
Bless you.
Sorry, I hope I didn't blow you away there.
We took that front leg and we did our external rotation in the hip.
Excuse me.
Showing the inseam up.
Allergies. Inseam up, rotate, inseam down. Do that one more time from that pointed toe position. And inseam down. Let's come to a neutral. Pull it a little bit towards you so you can find your heel on the floor. It's not that far away from me. Rotate open with the heel down now. Rotate to center. Internally rotate. Hip stays square forward. Knee stays straight. Externally rotate on the heel. Internally rotate. Back to neutral. Point. Tall. Draw to your second position here. I want to see that inseam to the front, hips are square forward. Start with your pointed foot internal and external rotations, reaching power out through those toes, rotating in its socket, coming to a neutral place, pulling that leg a little bit underneath us, finding our heel, and then same thing but from the heel. Rotate open, rotate through center, internal rotate. When you do that external rotation and when you do that internal rotation, make sure your foot doesn't go any further than what your femur would actually do. Back to center, Point your foot, take it out to the side. We'll just complete the circle behind us. We're not going to do that from behind. Point to the back. We'll pull over our toes, keeping our knees straight, pulling ourselves into our straw, and then a circle to bring us to the front. Point to the back, reach long, show me that inseam by the time you get to the side. Keep showing me that inseam for today. Point the inseam towards the ceiling, close the inseam, pull it underneath us.
The bells are singing. Are your hips singing? In the good way. Sunday morning carols, you know.
Can you hear them?
They're on a new schedule. So thank you for joining us.
They are on a different schedule.
On our schedule here.
Get in your straw. High butt cheeks. Feel them. Got them. Point to the front. Internal and external rotation from the hip with the pointed leg. Opening and closing that inseam one more time. Then finding neutral. Pulling it to find your heel to the floor. Same rotations. External, internal. My bowl of punch, which is my pelvis, is not moving. It finds neutral. It points to the front again. I draw to my second, inseam forward. Same thing here. Stay square to the front. Stay tall on the inside leg. Internal and external rotation. Finding a neutral, pulling it underneath, find the heel, open, and close. Do you like pivoting on your heel doing this? Do you like the toe version?
For me, I can't get over how much I have to work my other bum cheek.
Take it out to the side to your pointed foot. Yeah, the inside cheek. Point to the back. Pull it underneath. Knees should both be straight. Good. Tall. Point to the back again. Reaching long out the side to second. Inner thigh forward. Keep that inner thigh pointing towards the ceiling as we draw to the front. Unrotate. Pull it underneath. Whew. Great. Look at Ian's doing a little fondue, just what we're about to do. Let's lightly do those. Feet parallel, stay where you are with your nice bar. Just bend your knees, pushing your knees over your toes. Staying up tall, spine nice and long. Push yourself back up. Let's do that again and think about some specifics while we're there. Knees over toes. Push your toes into the floor. Keep your heels down, but push your toes down. Now push your heels heavy. Now push your heels and your toes down. And then push yourself to tall. Again, knees over toes. This time, because you push your toes hard, so hard that your heels roll up. Yep. And then heels roll back down. You extend up.
Now try to lift your toes.
And you keep rolling up to your tall position on your toes. 3, 2, control the down. Go right into knees over toes. Peel your heels up off the floor. Stand up. Squat back down. Heels come back down. Stand yourself up, right up onto your toes. One more time. Slow down with knees straight. You're doing it wrong, Ian. Bend your knees over your toes. Roll up to toes. Straighten your legs. Stay on your toes. Bend your knees down to your heels. Extend up just to straight knees on full feet. Whew. All right.
We have some musical accompaniment, so why not work on our port de bras? Let's stand in first. And I'm going to back up so I fit in the entire frame, that's all. From our first position, let's step open to second. Arms low. Can we take one hand, place it behind our back, and gently, can you look for your shoulder blade with the hand? If that's crazy, forget it, but really think about coaching our shoulder blade stability. Don't worry about your arm being too straight at the elbow here, but look for shoulder blade control. From first, pull your shoulder blade into the center and reach your arm forward. Hug your shoulder blade to the center as we reach our arm to the side. And then draw that extra little triangle shape or heart shape down to first. Reset the shoulder blade and repeat. To the front, shoulder blade doesn't move. To the side, shoulder blade doesn't move, maybe even hugs in, and return to first. Twice in the other direction, so now lateral, out to the side, shoulder blade hugs, hugging the shoulder blade to the center. I know I'm saying that a lot, to the front, return to first low. Again, to the side, shoulder blade stays tight, reach to the front, and then return low. Relax for a second. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Looking for this shoulder blade stability. Perhaps we do that internal rotation on the shoulder and just look for it. It doesn't have to be a full touch, but just cue up that shoulder blade starts hugging in. Other arm to our first position, and from first to front, from front to the side, and low. Repeat. Hug the shoulder blade, arm out front, arm to the side, and low. Nice hands, Lauren. I saw that. Okay, so now from first, out to the side, shoulder blade low, pull into center, and return to first. And last one, to the side, hug in front, and low. Hips time.
Hip time.
Had a special request.
Where's your mic?
I moved that there when we were doing our sideline.
I want to do one more hip
stuff.
thing first.
Yep, go ahead.
So I get to go.
Yep.
You stay there. Back to your chair or the bar. A little bit more of exploring our internal and external rotation. A slightly harder position. So if it doesn't work for you, I want you to go back to the heel, internal and external. Tall on the inside leg. We're going to point to the front, not too far, and just pull that leg up to about 90-ish. Flex your foot. From here, internal and external rotation. So external rotation is where my ankle lifts towards my midline. That's my hip is rotating externally. And then I come back through center. Don't hike this part of the hips though, or the bowl of punch, as you internally rotate. Come back through center, external rotation. Think of your femur as that axis, and that's what's spinning. Back to center, spinning on that femur in its socket. Yeah, ankle not exaggerating the motion. Back to center, point to find the floor. Pull it underneath you. Want to try it from the side?
Love that.
Great.
I'm surprised you came up with, not came up, but that you chose that.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
This is selfishly because I need to do it.
Great.
So you probably do
Let's
too.
share it. It's awesome.
Okay. Point, lift, pull foot to shin, open to your side. This is my side, right? My hips still stay square forward. Doesn't matter that it's not right beside me. It's not the point. It's not my hips are forward. It's as far open as mine goes. It's your axis again. Internal rotation is where the heel is going to lift, and it's going to internally rotate at the socket. External rotation, that ankle passes underneath the knee, and the ankle try to lift to the front. Passes underneath. Internal rotation, femur spins in. Back underneath, external rotation, femur spins open. Back to neutral. Extend the leg to the side to a pointed foot on the floor. Pull it around to front. Bring it underneath you. Let's do the same thing on the other side to finish
That was
up
only
those
one
hips.
leg.
That was only one leg. We're not going to do it to the back because, as one can imagine, that gets a little dicey back there.
Front,
so
back, yeah, nice.
front and back is nice for that. Tall on the inside leg. We did a pointed foot. We pulled our knee up and flexed our foot. From here, that's your axis. Externally rotate and internally rotate. Sometimes I do this with my hand, and I want my hand to stay in the same place, and I want my leg to stay in the same place as my hand. Right? So we're not crossing the body, it's just rotating. Back to center, point it, pull it underneath you. Whew, that was the front. Okay, the side. So we pointed, we bent and pulled the dorsiflex foot, we opened to your side. Check out your flashlights to still be forward here. Okay, put your axis on, rotate. Internal rotation is where the ankle lifts to the front. Sorry, my bad, that's external rotation. Internal rotation is where the ankle lifts here. It's kind of opposite what you think. External rotation, ankles to the front. Internal rotation. One more each way if you're enjoying this. And if you're not, you should probably do an extra one. Back to neutral. Point that leg out to the side. Pull it underneath you. Ha, ha, ha.
You're going to like me after this because I'm only doing this light port-a-bras shoulder thing, not this crazy awesome hip thing. So shoulders one more time.
Shoulders.
Stand in first, and either first or second. Big power pose is one of my favorites.
I gotta be in first.
We're going to work hard after that. It will be hard after that. Cramp up in your first or second position. My right arm out, my left hand gently internally rotating, trying to find an edge of that shoulder blade. Pull on to your fingertip. From here, same thing, perhaps higher. From first to the front, towards this fifth position being overhead, where your palms are facing you, slight bend in the elbows, okay. From that position, reach out to the side, pull the scapula in, return the arm low. Repeat one more time, slow for control. Shoulder blade hugs, bum squeeze, everything stays tight. Arm towards overhead, open to the side, and pull. Repeat twice the other way from first to second, arms out at the side, shoulder blades hugging, armpits pulling down as the palm turns in to face your belly button in a second, and repeat with the rib cage and the bum squeeze, shoulder blade ankle anchors, we reach to the side, we pull overhead, and return down low. Or maybe that's mean too, I don't know, that's a lot of work as well. Same thing on the side.
Especially when your arms are this heavy.
Second or first position, could we anchor on that shoulder blade? If that's pinching this shoulder, that's not the point, we need to switch. Shoulder blades in, first position, towards your fifth or overhead. Squeeze your bum, brace your core, reach to the side, and pull in. The shoulder blade is stable. The shoulder socket is mobile, and we go from overhead to the side and pull to first. Let's repeat to the lateral, first to second, armpits hug, overhead, palms face our head here. Look at your hand even for a little artisticness here. Shoulder blades pull in, shoulder blades are anchored, and return to first. And let it wiggle out. There was one more thing on the board, but we're going to leave it for the next time. Amazing hip exercise there, really kind of notched it out there. So let's get in nice and close, and we'll say a couple things.
Is it Ode to Joy?
Yeah, do you know those musics? The one song sounds familiar, but again.
It's the only song I could drink milk, love, life.
We'll listen to some Beethoven or something this afternoon and
those are the
class
lyrics,
up.
right? With Dougie Gilmore.
With Dougie.
Anyway,
Thank you very much for joining our practice here this morning. My hips feel like I'm ready to do anything today, including rest. So if you want to rest today, great, enjoy it. And hopefully you also feel prepared and ready to take on whatever the rest of the day has for us. Gardening. Saying that a lot, and it's true. It's just so nice to be outside. But while we're inside, you can go to www.barsandbells.com and check out our emerging memberships portal. Maybe it's not even live right now, but it will be by the end of today, and we look forward to new subscriptions, sharing our message of training simply, feeling strong, and doing it forever. Thanks for joining. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
This is Bars and Bells, a morning routine. Do it Sunday, do it any day. We'll see you in class soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.